Hi guys, in this video we're going to learn about tenses. Now what is a tense? A tense is a form of a verb, you can call it as work, what you're doing, that allows you to express time. Alright, the tense of the verb tells us when an event or something existed or when a person did something. So it is divided into three main parts: the past tense, the present tense, and the future tense. So what does a past tense say? Which is already done. Something is done already. It's finished. Present tense tells us that it's happening now, doing something now at the moment. And future tense tells you that you will be doing something, right? Alright, let's move on to the subdivisions of the tenses. The first is present simple. In present simple, we say I learn English. Now, when you're talking in third person, you can also say he learns English. You just have to add an S or ES to the verb when you're talking as a third person. He learns English. She learns English. I learn English. It means it's just a habit. It's just a habit, or I like to learn in general, but not now. No. So this sentence doesn't mean that I'm learning now. It's used for habits and general truths about me. Alright, let's say next one. Present continuous. When there's continuous, we'll always use ing with the base verb. We add ing to the base verb. So we are going to write I am, the base verb learn with ing, that's learning English. So I am learning English. So this means I am learning English now, at the moment. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Past simple. In past simple, you'll be writing I learned English. The past form of the verb is learned. So I learned English, because you're talking about past simple, means I learned in the past. The action is finished in the past. Easy. Alright. For the past continuous, whenever you're talking about past tense, we use was or were. And as it is continuous tense, what did I say? The base verb, we should add what to the base verb? ing. Alright, so what will our sentence become? I was learning English. This means that I was learning, and something else happened in the middle. So we put the long action in past continuous and the short action in past simple. Now what does this mean? It shows that the action is already in progress at a certain time in past. When we use these two tenses together, it shows that the past simple action happened in the middle of the past continuous action while it was in progress. Got it? So, for example, while I was learning English, I suddenly felt sleepy. Another example, I was learning English before 8 p.m. and I continued after 8 p.m. So I hope you understood that. Alright, let's move on to next one. What's present perfect? What do you mean by perfect? In general, the meaning of perfect is completely done, right? Something which is completely done. Perfect in the sense. It's perfectly done. When you're talking about perfect, we always use have or has. So what will our sentence be? You have to add have or has. Alright, I have learned English. Easy. Alright, now what does this mean? I have learned English. It means you have just finished now, like a minute ago. Look, you're tired now. So that is present perfect. The actions that are completed at an indefinite time before now. So time is not relevant. Time is not important here. So what do you say? I have learned English. Now let's see the next one. What is past perfect? Here, as I told you, whenever you have perfect, you use have or has. Here also you will use have or has, but in past tense. Here it was present tense, so you used have or has in present tense. Now have or has in past tense is had. So have or has will become had in past tense. Now let's form our sentence. I had learned English. So what did you add? Had plus the past participle, right? So what do you add? Had plus the past participle of the verb. Here, have plus the past participle of the verb. I have learned English. I had learned English. That's it. Easy, right? Okay, what do you mean by this? I had learned English means you learned English in the past. Then you did another thing after that. So when you speak about two actions in the past, action 1 and action 2, put action 1 in the past perfect and action 2 in past simple. For example, I had learned English before I went to the gym. Okay, let's see what's present perfect continuous. As this is perfect, have or has will be used. And since this is continuous, ing will be used. So we add ing to the base verb. Now, have or has is called as the helping verb. But there will be two helping verbs here, not one. The first one is have or has, either have or has, and the second one is been. And learn plus ing, that is learning, is the main verb in present participle form. So it has to be have been or has been when it is perfect continuous tense. So what's the sentence? I have been learning English. So where is present perfect continuous used? It is used in a sentence to indicate an action that started in the recent past and is still continuing in the present. For example, I have been learning English for a week. The action started in the past and not finished until now. You started learning in the past and not finished until now. So you started in the past and not finished until now. What is past perfect continuous tense? So when you have perfect, you will have past tense of have or has. And what's the past tense of have or has? It's had. Right? Because you're talking about past perfect. Present perfect, you'll have or has. Now, since there is continuous, what are you going to add to the base verb? ing. Right? And as I told you, there should be a second helping verb as well. Had plus been. So let's form our sentence. I had been learning English. I had been learning English. Now, as you're talking about the past, see, everything is happening in the past here. I had been learning English shows that an action started in the past. When did it start? In the past. And it is continuing up till another time in the past itself. It's continuing. So everything is being done in the past only. In this, you started learning in the past, continued learning in the past, and also it ended in past at a defined point in the past. So for example, I had been learning English for 3 weeks and I was very tired. I had been learning English for 3 months before I gave an interview. Future simple. It's simple like present simple, past simple, right? You have done. So future simple, something will be done. So what are you gonna add here? Will. So what will be our sentence? I will learn English. Will plus the base verb. So you will learn in future. This states the general truth or some action. That's it. What about future continuous? So as you have continuous here, you will add ing to the base verb. So ing will be used here. So with future, you will be adding will, right? Will plus the ing form of the verb. So what will be our sentence? I will be learning English. So future continuous tense is a verb that shows an action happening over a period of time in future. For example, I will be learning English all night. Future perfect. Now as you have perfect, what are you going to add? Have or has, right? And since it is in future tense, you will be adding will to that. Will plus have or has plus the verb. So what will be our sentence? I will have learned English. Perfect here means it's done, completely done, done in future. So it is an action or state that will finish sometime in future before some other event in future. So for example, I will have learned English by next week. I will have learned English by 8 p.m. tomorrow. Got it? The last one is future perfect continuous. So as you have perfect, what are you going to use? Have or has. As you have continuous, you will be using ing form of the verb. And as it is future, you are going to add will to that plus As you have future perfect continuous, now you have seen we have done present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous. We added one more helping verb. There are two helping verbs. So what is the second one? Been. So you have to add been to the first helping verb. So what will be our sentence? I will have been learning English. So what does this describe? It describes an action that will continue up till a point in future itself. I will have been learning English for 20 years. That's it. So I hope you've understood how to construct your sentences using your tenses, and you've understood what your sentence actually means. So don't forget to share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Take care. Present simple, I do. Present continuous, I'm doing. Present perfect, I have done. Present perfect continuous, I have been doing. Past simple, I did. Past continuous, I was doing. Past perfect, I had done. Past perfect continuous, I had been doing. Future simple, I will do. Future continuous, I will be doing. Future perfect, I will have done. Future perfect continuous, you do this one. Write your answer in the comments. Thank you for watching.